Okay, sorry, Ivana.
No worries. Thank you. The title of our intellectual output is Soft Skills for Engineers, to be precise, for engineering students, so for future engineers. And the methodology that we used is project-based learning. So the extension to the title of this intellectual output is actually Soft Skills for Engineering Students, problem-based learning. The Aristotle University of Thessaloniki and Bjelovar University of Applied Sciences, so partners from Greece and Croatia, participated in this part of the badge project. And the team of teachers consisted actually of Dr. Vasilia Kazamia from the Aristotle University of Thessaloniki and Tatiana Badrova and myself from the Bjelovar University of Applied Sciences. Bjelovar University of Applied Sciences also had a wonderful technician, an IT expert who helped us a lot with the production of video materials and who also helped us a lot with drafting the final version of the handbook that we prepared. So the presentation outline can be seen in this slide. First, I will just share a couple of basic information about the aim of the project. I will mention who was the part of our team. I will mention a few words about the needs analysis and the methodology, and then Vasilia will take over and she will share the information about our intellectual outputs. She will show some student testimonials and she will conclude this presentation in the end. So the basic aim of IO6 was to develop sustainable soft skills by focusing on presentation skills within an international team. So when you take a look at these words, you can see that they basically perfectly represent the outputs of the badge project, so becoming a digital global engineer. So both the digital and the global part was represented in our IO6, and we are very, very proud and we are very happy that we had so many students who were part of our project and who basically contributed significantly to the final outputs of it. So our team consisted of 2 universities, as I already mentioned. The Aristotle University of Thessaloniki was represented by 5 chemical engineering students and by 1 teacher, so Vasilia. Bjelovar University of Applied Sciences was represented by 5 computer science and mechatronics students, 2 teachers and 1 IT expert, who, as I said, helped us a lot with, making the final output of our project nice and visually appealing. And in this picture, you can see our team. This was one of our meetings that we recently had in Thessaloniki. It was a teaching and training event that all of our students and our teachers participated in. And it was a wonderful, wonderful opportunity for the students to meet personally after working together for more than 1.5 years during the pandemic situation, when we actually worked only digitally. So we worked only in a virtual environment. However, the pandemic situation allowed us in the end, in the final year of the project, to finally meet together. And this was a wonderful opportunity for the students to meet, to share some personal experiences after it, and to extend their friendships, because many of them became friends in the end. So how it all started in the first year of the project in 2019, when we started after the kickoff meeting in France, we focused on the needs analysis. And during the first year of the project, the students were not enrolled at all. So this was the part that was implemented by the teachers. So the first thing that we did the needs analysis. We wanted to see what we actually have to do to meet the needs of the employers, students, and the teachers who are going to work with the materials that we were supposed to develop. So what we focused on was actually the collaborative approach to integrating communication skills by focusing on soft skills, in particular presentation skills, and English for specific purposes teaching. So the main question that we had was, what can we do to meet the stakeholders' needs? And the stakeholders were obviously employers, students, and teachers. So what we actually did, we compiled a questionnaire, and based on this questionnaire, we developed the materials, we developed the curriculum, and also we implemented the teaching methodology that, in our opinion, meets the needs of all of these stakeholders in the best possible way. From the employer's perspective, what we found out, right, was, well, basically after the follow-up analysis, we found out that what they actually expected was a quality course that will implement the soft skills of students in the environment where they actually have to work, especially as engineers, extensively in the global environment, which involves a lot of digital skills at this point as well. So what we found out is that the employers really want a course like this. The added value, obviously, of this part of the project was connecting higher education institutions with the business sector, which I think all of us really need at this point. The result of the needs analysis was the fact that the information was integrated into the course curriculum and also into the teaching materials. So the teaching materials were also amended based on the results that we actually got in the end effect. As I already mentioned, the methodology that we used was project-based learning. So PBL was introduced, and this was the major part of the way that we worked, especially during the phase of the pandemic, where students basically met for the first time in a digital environment. So they became friends before they actually met in person. In the first stage of the project, so the students were involved in the project for 2 years. We obviously were involved for 3 years, and even students said, 2 years, it was a very long period. For us, it was even more, it was even longer. So in the first stage of the project, students were involved as learners, right? So we had workshops, and these workshops lasted for 2 semesters. In the second phase, students became active presenters, because in the second semester, they had to prepare their own presentations, and also to deliver them, to amend them, and also make them shorter. And in the end, the students became also material designers, especially in the final year of the project when we actually prepared the video materials and the course book that was prepared by the teachers. So as you can see, students were basically introduced into new roles and skills as they moved along through this project, through the 3 years that the project lasted. So this was actually my part. I introduced you into the methodology and the way that we worked. And now I would like to invite Vasilia to show what we actually did. So she will show you the intellectual outputs and she will share some student testimonials that we filmed when the students visited Bjelovar University of Applied Sciences. Thank you very much.
Hello, good morning. I'm Vasilia from Aristotle University of Thessaloniki, and thank you very much, Ivana, for the first part of this presentation. My apologies for this short break, but we are in different places. I am in Wernigerode. I hope I have managed to pronounce it correctly, where Jutta is hosting us to this beautifully organized event. So the intellectual outputs, what has been produced out of these 3 years efforts and research and collaboration and big involvement of students. So first of all, there is a textbook on the presentation skills theory. It has been designed in such a way that it is very easily followed, it is readable, it is colorful, so it can be read and consulted by anyone, hopefully our students and the future students. This textbook can be a teaching material, it can also be a study material, it can also be a training material, so it has multiple purposes. And again, I'm going to present this to you in a moment. So this is how it looks. You've got the different titles of what we expect to achieve.
We cannot see it. Sorry, Vasilia.
Okay, so stop sharing. That's strange because we see it on the computer. It's okay
Can you
now?
see it? Is it okay, Ivana? Okay. So this is the cover of the textbook. And then we go to the content. You can see the different sections. What is very important in this is that this is in a short bullet form with some comments. And once theory as well as practice advice is introduced, in the end, there are some how we prepare the presentation, how we design the content, which we believe is the most important stage. And then we move on to how to structure it when we use PowerPoint. We may not. Who knows what's going to happen in the future? But the point is that the trainees have got the skills to select the content, to design it, to make it in a form that it is appealing to the audience. So in the end, I think it's a very useful section, apart from the practicing section, rehearsing, and all these stages of presentation skills I know most of you are very well aware of. We've got where we have tips on what should be done and what should not, and what should be avoided. So there are a few things that should be done while preparing the content or when presenting the content. So this is, I think, something quite valuable for the students who nowadays they go through very quickly texts. They hardly read them very meticulously. So moving now to our next part of the intellectual output. Yeah.
You go back to your presentation.
Yes.
Choose. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, it's okay.
Just share
It's
again. We have to change between the screens because one is PowerPoint and one is on internet. Yeah.
So we've got some guidance material. Now the guidance material consists of 6 short animation videos. What is interesting in this, and I think appealing, is that these videos do not last longer than 1 minute. Also, these videos have been prepared by students themselves. Of course, this has gone through many stages. The students were given theory, were asked to write scripts for them, design them, then they received feedback on the scripts. They had to narrow down their thinking and also to focus on what should be presented. And then I'm going to show you 2 of these videos, which relate. The first one has to do with how we prepare a presentation, and the other one has to do with rehearsing. However, the titles of these videos are listed. I'm not going to go over them in detail because they are available for you there, but I'll just show you 2 samples.
You have to open it.
Hello, do you have a presentation and you don't know how to prepare for it? Here are some tips and tricks.
Yeah. Okay. Up.
Have to go to the beginning. No.
Yeah. Why is
So,
it?
stop.
The sound is so low now.
I don't.
Share the sound.
Can you just stop it? So we go back to the beginning.
I think
afterwards.
the only way to do is this. Yes.
Okay.
It's not stopped.
Yeah, I know. So it's just. See it.
Stop sharing to start.
No, I think just a second. Okay, we'll be back. So it's this one.
No, the bottom left.
You should share sound.
Yeah. Okay. But it's still very low.
Can you hear it? No, even I can hear it.
It's weird because it was okay, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, just a second. We will close it and go back to it again. Okay, so this one,
Yeah. Control click.
click here, no,
Click here.
here, okay. Hopefully it will work better now. No. How come? Sound is maximized. We shared the sound. And it was all right, huh?
Yeah, it was working, I'm not too sure.
Maybe the sound from inside the media player lowered.
Ah, okay. So we have a look first. Okay, open the file again. Okay,
So we-
but
can you
here,
check the sound?
Here you go to the, yeah, the media, yeah.
Is it in Zoom that there is computer audio? Use computer
audio.
Augment the volume.
Can you just maximize the screen and you might have the control?
Yeah. That's okay. Sorry, huh? So just.
Maximize that window, then you might see the control.
Yeah.
Ah, okay. That's it.
Then you can
Okay.
choose which information to fill.
Okay, so.
So we'll go over
Sorry.
again.
Okay, so we start over again. Sorry.
Yeah, okay.
And do you see the screen?
Share.
Okay, didn't share. Manage one day. Come on. Now,
Yes.
now.
Hello! Do you
Okay.
have a presentation and you don't know how to prepare for it? Here are some tips and tricks that will help you for sure. First, to decide what type of information to include, you need to consider the motivation and the reasoning behind it. Why are you presenting and what is the point of your presentation? Second, research information related to the organizer and pinpoint the target audience demographics to be able to adjust the language in the design of the presentation accordingly. Next, collect enough data about your topic so that you can thoroughly understand it. After that, recognize the key message you want to convey and locate it in your findings. Then you can choose which information to include, as well as find supporting arguments and examples for it. Also, select the most appealing facts for the audience and sprinkle them throughout the presentation. This way, you can grab the audience attention while keeping them focused on the key message. Do all of the above, and you will have successfully prepared for your presentation. Hello! Do you have a presentation?
I go to
No,
the PowerPoint, yeah.
now we have to stop sharing first.
And then I'll go,
Stop sharing. And then close this.
have to go.
Yeah.
Okay,
share
so,
again.
yeah, okay. This is just one of the 6 animation videos which aim to, well, some visually communicate very quickly some of the theory that should be consolidated by anyone who wishes to be a good presenter. So I'm going to show you another animation video which has to do with rehearsing, the importance of rehearsing. So I click on again, okay, and then
Okay, then we have to stop sharing. Stop sharing first and share this because otherwise they don't see it. Stop sharing the video and start sharing again because it's not the same media. That's why it doesn't work.
So I stop sharing once more.
You want to open the PowerPoint?
Yeah,
Yes.
unfortunately, but then I won't do
No,
it
no, no
anymore.
problem.
So apart from these, we had some also training material. Now, by training material, we have prepared some videos that has to do with what should be done and what should be avoided, especially with performance techniques. Because very often when we teach presentation skills, we articulate what should not be done in terms of gestures, but we cannot show how beneficial something can be or how annoying this can be. So in order to do this, we ask the students to become this time even better performers. So they performed these videos themselves. We met in Bielovar for a learning training activity where all this has been filmed, and most students participated in these shooting sessions. So this is what I'm going to do now and show you two of these videos. Actually, George is present with us today, and he was one of the actors during these videos. Yes, and the stars, yes. Okay, so in this case, should I, because it's going to be quicker if I upload it from my, we'll stop
No,
sharing,
I think
okay?
it's okay.
Okay.
Just you open it and then I switch
Okay,
to
because
sharing.
it's quite,
Yeah, we should work the same way as before.
yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay,
So
now we stop sharing this. We go, where is it?
Don't call me.
Just a second, stop. Go back again. Up. And then we share again. Is it there? Yeah.
Look, I'm busy. Don't call me again. Right. I guess I'm here to give a presentation on my experiences with the batch project. Hey, hold on. Shoo. Right, so let's begin.
Good morning, class. My name is Filip Šalović, and as you can see today, we will be talking about the batch project. Now, before we start, if that's okay with you, I would like to know how many of you have been involved in any sort of project? Oh, that's quite a few fellows here. Okay, this will be a smooth sailing then. So, let's get started.
So this is a very nice way to juxtapose what is good and bad. Well, bad is not that heavy word. 6 videos were produced, and I'm going to show you another one that has to do with posture.
To share
Yes.
Aha. Now.
Yes.
And
Just a second to share again. We did already?
We've seen it before.
Ah.
No way. Yeah.
today I'm going to talk to you about my experience in the BATS project. Good morning, everyone. My name is George Kritos, and today I'm going to talk to you about my experience in the BATS project. Good morning, everyone. My name is George Kritos, and today I'm going to talk to you about my experience in the BATS project. Good morning, everyone. My name is George Kritos, and today I'm going to talk to you about my experience in the BATS project. Good morning, everyone. My name is George Kritos, and today I'm going to talk to you
about my experience in the badge project.
Yeah.
Hello everyone, my name is George Pizos, and in this video I'm going to demonstrate how to manage your body language properly during a presentation.
Want to share your PowerPoint again?
Yeah. So you've seen just two of these 6 videos, which I'm very happy that you enjoyed it. And I think it would be very, very beneficial for the students too. I think they will ignite on them what should be done and what should be avoided. So going back to our intellectual outputs, we have a textbook, we have 6 animated videos, 6 videos on performance tips, like the one you've just seen. And I think what we are very proud of is how active our students were during this project, because basically collaborative project-based learning worked. All of them participated in this. They also practiced their teamwork skills. They had to work with partners from another university. So they had to overcome any cultural problems, intercultural communication problems, different styles of organization. So all these were things that I think they were implicitly practiced for them and by them. And also they enabled us to produce these intellectual outputs. Now, when we completed this project, we asked our students 3 key questions. So we asked them what were the challenges for them for the batch during the batch project, what were the benefits, and what would batch mean for them in a word. And I'm going to share these videos with you right now. Probably I'll do them, just one after the other, so I don't switch from one mode to another, and this is very annoying for you. So I click here, do this.
Okay, stop sharing, yeah. We share here.
We'll just I just put them
Yeah,
in.
hit back on.
Among the various challenges we came face to face with, 2 of the most challenging ones were the language barrier and the time difference. Regarding the language barrier, despite every and each one of the participants being knowledgeable in the English language, at first it was hard for us to communicate, but as time went by, we relaxed, we became more confident in our skills, in communicating, and we managed to actually get the job done. Regarding the time difference, despite it being just 1 hour, it really made it hard for us to communicate and do our work during the week, because many of the participants, after the classes ended, they had to go to work. Thus, we held most of, if not all of our meetings during the weekends or late at night during the week.
In this project, or any actually international project, there is one more challenge. It's the cultural differences, but we were aware of that problem, let's say it like that, that it could actually create a problem. So we came into this project with respect for one another, and we never had any issues. We managed to overcome all the challenges that came our way, and that's why we made a really good job, at least what we could say, and we are having really, really nice time with one another.
Okay, just stop this one, so it won't play again. Okay.
So I
You
have
can just open the other one. You go back
I
to the
haven't opened
PowerPoint.
it,
Yeah,
yeah.
you go to the PowerPoint, but you can continue sharing like
yeah,
this.
okay.
Can you?
Yeah, I know this is.
Okay.
Do I go to this one now?
Yeah. You should see. Do you see this?
It was an unforgettable.
Yeah, it's okay.
It was an unforgettable experience that I think I will remember for the rest of my life, and I definitely recommend it for any student to do if they get the chance. It's so interesting working with international students that in the future will be our colleagues.
Yes, I would have to agree with her, especially because it opens so many possibilities. We managed to do all the projects. We were communicating really well, but also we just had fun. Even though it was a school project, it felt more like a fun project. Yeah, we befriended each other. Yeah. We added each other on social media already. It's more of an experience and fun than the actual task. So I would really highly recommend it to anyone that wants to see the world, that wants to learn new techniques and have fun in general.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah.
So I'd say inspiring because I think that I actually got out of my comfort zone and I developed some soft skills that I think that will help me in my future career as an engineer.
And for me, I'd say it was very eye-opening because it allowed me to see and learn things from a new perspective that I don't think I would have had if I didn't take part in this project.
So go back to the PowerPoint now. So to conclude, IO6, which is soft skills for engineers with focus on presentation skills, has had 3 very concrete and specific intellectual outputs aimed to be used by teachers, by students, and also self-study. I think what was aimed from the beginning, which was to have a big involvement of the students, actually that was one of the aims of the badge project. It was very clearly included in our application, has been achieved. And also, if we just get our shoes into our students' shoes, we can keep, I think, those 2 words. The boys said that the badge project was for them inspiring and eye-opening. So in the end, if we want to have some kind of added value of these projects, which indicate the sustainability of the project, I think these 2 words encapsulate the essence of the sustainability. Thank you very much on behalf of BUAS and Aristotle University for attending this, well, rather a little bit troubling presentation because of this multimedia and the videos, which usually create some problems. And we are, Ivana and myself are open to any questions you would like to pose.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay. So I think the videos you saw was it was worth it, you know, switching from one media to another. So if you have any questions to Ivana, to Vasilia, or also to George, because we have the chance to have one of the students here, you're most welcome to ask a question.
There were some comments in the chat, actually.
Yeah, okay.
There's a question from Vilkuma, but Ivana.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, Ivana is answering the question.
Okay, you're answering the questions. Okay. Okay. Okay, so any more questions you wanted to ask? Maybe opening your microphone. No, not now.
Yeah.
Maybe George, do you want to say some words? Was it different to other English classes? I guess so. And do you think you learned more than in normal English?
Yeah.
Just a second, I'll switch the microphone to the one from the old.
Okay, so that people can hear you.
I mean, it's more or less what we heard the videos. It was eye-opening. It was a chance to interact with people of other cultures. We normally wouldn't have the chance to do so, and at the same time, we're also learning stuff that we wouldn't learn if we didn't participate in the program. So yeah.
Was it more work? Would you say it was more work than attending a regular English class?
Yes, because I don't know what the students and how the teachers from Croatia handled this part of the BATS project, but for us at the Aristotle University, it was extra hours from the normal curriculum. I mean, yeah, we had to work from home and not during the class hours. So it was, yeah, extra work, but in the end, it was definitely and totally worth it.
Yeah. So would you recommend it to other students if they were?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Okay. And what did you learn? You said it was also intercultural differences. Did you learn something, or was something surprising from the side of the Croatian culture?
Surprisingly, we have many things in common in our cuisine, in our vocabulary, how we like to spend our free time. And yeah, I mean, there were some words that we didn't know the English terminology, and we just use either the Greek or the Croatian term, and it was the same. It was more or less the same word, so we could communicate even we didn't know the English word for it.
Okay, thank you very much.
And yeah, you're
Yeah.
welcome.
Yeah.
No, I just wanted to say that those are the first things that come to mind. Definitely, there were more things, but those are the ones that did stand out to me. Thank you very much.
And do you think it will help you also when you are working as an engineer later on to have met somebody from another culture, to have worked together?
Yes, because you know how to handle a situation where, I mean, it's not so much about the culture, but during our collaboration to procure the videos, there were some classes of opinions. So we learned how to overcome them, and that's the important stuff we got out of this procedure. But also we learned how to prepare for a presentation, and it really stands out. It is easy for the audience to realize if the presenter actually knows how to present, or if they're just there reading from their script, or just talking and not presenting. It makes a huge difference.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Okay. Are there any more questions?
Yeah, I had a couple of questions. First of all, I wanted to thank you all for the student participation. I think this contributes amazingly to the project, and to have this involvement and your input on it, and to congratulate the team of the IO6 for their work. I also wanted to ask Ivana, maybe you could tell me if to get permission to be able to do this. I know that the students were they're adults, but did you have to get a special permission for using their images from the university standpoint?
We asked for consent from students at the very beginning of the project when we had the first session. That all of the students they gave us consent to basically use the videos that they're in and the photos that they're in. So this is due to GDPR, so we had to do it. Yes.
Okay, terrific. Thanks very much. And congratulations. It's really good. Thank you.
Okay, so we'll move on to the next. Yeah, but any more questions? No? Okay, thank you for clapping, Deborah. Okay, so thank you very much, all of you, for this presentation and for the videos. I saw them second time already and would like to see them again soon because it's
Well, you still have four more videos to see.
Yeah.
Okay. Some of them are much more funny, yes.
Okay.
But they meant to be funny in order to motivate students, yes.
Okay, so all of you stay tuned. So latest beginning of September, all the videos and everything will be on the website. So have a look from time to time when we upload it. You can use it, of course, for your also for as teaching material.
Absolutely.
You know, that's the point that we developed it for this. So we are really happy to and keen to see all the videos on the website soon. Okay, we just make little break, maybe 5 minutes to get a coffee, and then we start right over. I think it's Deborah, no, who is presenting this morning, or Gosha?
It's gonna be me.
Okay, Gosha. Okay, so 5 more minutes. Is that okay for you if we start 5 minutes later? Okay, so we just have 5 minutes break, and then we start immediately with the presentation of IO8, which is about EMI, English as medium of instructions, and you will see that the teams, the Polish teams and Spanish teams prepared a very nice, no, you're only, yeah, Spanish and Polish, yeah. So you prepared very nice courses which are ready made and can be imported immediately in your Moodle system to train your teachers and your staff. Okay, so let's start again at 22, let's say 5 minutes for a break. Thanks a lot.